I'm doing so good.
All
How are
right, so we
you?
did your first spending audit. The fact that y'all like to have y'all accounts start in the negative is a tad bit concerning. But we have a 31-year-old transportation supervisor from Connecticut. Her monthly income is $2,700. She doesn't have any children. Her portion of the rent is $200 because she lives at home. Other expenses total $1,000 and she has $5 saved. Let's talk about the highest spending categories. $2,300 is going to Cash App, multiple people. There's a whole list. All right. Shopping comes out to $877 and car insurance is $478, which is about $239 a month because this is 2 months worth of expenses. What I noticed, after expenses, you should have about $1,500, but you're giving that shit away like a PPP loan during a pandemic. I'm gonna need you to slow that the fuck down, all right? Your checking account started at negative $217. Y'all don't get nervous being broke on purpose. Please turn that feature off. There is a way to do that, and I want you to turn it off so you don't have the ability to do that. You're sending way too much money to people, girl. You can't even save yourself with $5, and I'm gonna need you to start putting away $500 minimum because you have the money to do it. You just need to stop giving the money away. And try to find a different car insurance. Shop around. Sometimes we just get lazy and don't want to look, but shop around and find something cheaper. Your Apple Card has a balance of $6,000 with a minimum payment of $205, but interest eats up $137. So only $68 is ever going to the principal balance. Pay that shit the fuck down as quickly as possible and stop playing with your future and get that money saved ASAP. And it was a little bit like, first of all, how did you feel doing it? Like seeing the information?
I wasn't like embarrassed or anything. I just was like, because I know I needed it. Like I wanted you to do it. I wanted you to read me. Yes, I wanted your advice, your input. So I was prepared for anything.
Yeah. So 31-year-old transportation supervisor, do you like what you do or are you like, I want to get into something else or you're like, this is good for right now?
It's good for right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we saw first time around, you only had like $5 saved and I came for your ass because I was like, girl. So how are we doing since the $5 saved? How much do we have saved now?
So now in that ally account, I have 500, and then in my Amex, I also have 500. So okay, I'm doing much better.
So what made you want to like say, okay, now it's time for me to save? Because you've been making the same amount of money and I don't think from March, like your expenses haven't changed too much, but what made you say like, all right, let me actually put money aside to save?
But like you said, having $5 saved, helping everybody else, but I can't help myself. I was like, yeah, no, I'm definitely about to change that.
Yeah,
So I was like, I gotta make something.
I love it. So is rent still the same? Are we still paying like $200?
Yeah.
All right. So let's talk about, you sent me March statement and let's talk about it, right? So we started negative 228, girl. We ended negative 559. But my question to you is, do you actually know what you're going negative for?
Never.
Never. Okay. So
Like I said, I use Apple Pay until I
it's
can't
all.
no more.
So I'm gonna tell you, right? So the first time you went negative, I was like, "Oh, Bree like to eat. Food
I
was
do.
$55." I was like, "Oh, Bree is either at a festival or something." I had to do a Google research. I was like, "Oh, she's somewhere eating," because it was like 3 charges in one day. I was like, so you went negative one time for $55, right? And then you went negative again for Foot Locker. Girl, what you bought from Foot Locker? You got some sneakers?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does your bank? I don't think your bank charges you for when you go negative, though.
No, and that's the problem. They let me go negative up to $200.
Okay.
So yeah, I
You're
got
gonna
extra
do it.
$200.
You gonna do it. So I'm thinking like, all right, she has $1,000 saved, which is absolutely amazing because I feel like that spending audit wasn't too long ago. And to be able to save $1,000 means you have the ability to save more. So I personally want from you to be able to like save at least by summertime. You should have like another $1,000 saved because you have $1,500 between your expenses, your rent, and how much you get paid. Do you know what you'll be doing with that $1,500?
Yeah, Apple Pay. Yeah, Cash App. Yeah.
You like, I was like, oh no, hold on. I got my paper. Corner. First of all, baby girl, let me bring out my notes. Because I was like, wait, Brie, hold up. In March alone, $477 went to Klarna after pay. Is it shopping? Do you like to like where's the Klarna going? Like what are you usually buying when you spend that type of money?
Airbnb, I put on Klarna because
I did see that.
yeah, and I
I,
like to go on little trips, so
I
get that
respect that.
Airbnb.
I did not know you could Airbnb Klarna. Damn.
I wish they would take it off.
I feel like sometimes these things are convenient until it's like, damn, I'm paying like multiple people a month just for that. So,
Okay, yeah, if I could pay 20 people $20 a month, that's not bad.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
how I see it.
yeah. So I understand that. And then we had another $445 for shopping.
Yeah. I'm
Because
just a girl.
listen, I absolutely understand because you have a good enough gap to be able to support that. But doing this every single month might be a lot, right? Like
Right.
continuously doing $500 on shopping, eating out, eating. I didn't even get to how much eating out was, and this was just in March. I want you to guess how much you spent eating out.
Too much.
Nah, sis, I need a number. I need you to guess how much you spent eating out.
Because if I go out with myself, I can easily spend like 120.
Damn, girl, what you be eating?
I love seafood.
Oh, I saw that.
Oysters, give me
Yeah.
them. Give me. So yeah, I'm not surprised if it's like at least $600, $700.
Yeah, damn,
Yeah.
you should know yourself. It was $820.
Good. I have that.
Yeah.
Like,
So $820 eating out, $477 in shopping, and buy now, pay later, and then $444 in shopping. So like that $1,500 you have, like you kind of actually going over, and that's why you ended negative also, right? So you ended negative $159. But there should be a way to turn that feature off. Like I know people
really.
charge you, but I feel like there should be a way to turn it off so that you know how to live with the actual money that you're getting. Because in the month of March, you got $4,200. So you brought in money, but that means you spent $4,300. So at minimum, going for March, March is done, April is here, April 1st is today, right? What I want to see is that within this month alone, you save another $500 and do it when you get paid, right? So if you get paid, do you get paid twice a month or every week? How do you get paid?
Every other Wednesday. So this Wednesday.
So this Wednesday, I will automatically put $250 into the Ally account, and then the following every other Wednesday, I will put the other $250 into the American Express account because you have the money, and there's nothing wrong. Like I'll be honest, when I was home, when I was living in my sister's house, it was such a safety net to say, and you pay $200. I didn't have to pay anything. It was such a safety net for me to say, fuck this. I don't need to save no money. I don't need to do that because I know I'm going home. I got a bed. I got a shelter. I don't have to worry. Until one day I was like, I don't want to be here no more. And it wasn't because I don't love my sister, but it was because like I needed my own space. Like I needed to do my own thing. So I want you to at least have a good amount of money saved to say that in case you ever do want to move out or ever do want to do something, you have that money to do it. But you also have Ally, which means you can have buckets for those trips that you want to do. So you start putting aside like $20 a week or $50 a check. Like you have more than enough to do that. But do you feel like since you're living at home, like you have that safety net to just spend your money?
Yes, absolutely. Because even the 200 rent, like my sister, she'll be like, you don't have to, like it's for the Wi-Fi, it's for groceries. I'd be like, here.
Oh, your sister loves
Yeah,
you.
but then she just had a baby, so he be up crying and the boyfriend be there. So it's really a lot. And I'm thinking like now that's why I'm like, yeah, I gotta seriously get
Yeah.
serious with this because
I think if you just cut back even on half, right? Because again, you're not going negative for like necessary shit. It's really for like unnecessary shit. I was like, oh, let me see. I was like, Clarda, Afterpay, eat. I crumble, Chipotle, DoorDash, like Esquina Deli. I was like, oh, please. I hide eating.
yeah.
Like, I wish you could see how much I highlighted. And then, okay, there was also one big purchase, and I was like, maybe this for a family. Maybe she having a kickback or something. Because I was like, did you just spend $120 at the wine, getting wine and liquor? I was like, damn, girl.
It was my best friend's birthday.
I give you a pass for that, right? Like and one thing about me is that I also schedule those things, right? So for me, all my friends' birthdays, I don't know how this happened. I don't know what our parents were doing at the same time. But all of our birthdays fall between January and March. And I mean like back to back to back. So I always prepare to have at least $200 for each person's birthday because I just know, like, I know my friends, like, I'm the chill friend who like to stay in the house, but my friends be outside. So I automatically know, like, all right, put money aside. But with your $1,500 every single month that you have, like, at least make sure you're paying your sister her $200, right? Like,
yeah, I definitely do.
Like, at least to help her out and also as a thank you. But I don't want you no longer to see it as like a safety net. I want you to see it as an opportunity, right? So for me, and I always tell people, like, I'm a lot more fortunate than a lot of people. Like, I was able to do things because I didn't have to pay rent. Some people can't save because they have $2,000 worth of rent. They got a kid or two. Like, it's hard. But in our minds, it came to saying, like, yo, if you slip on this opportunity, like, and you don't come out with no money outside of this, then something's wrong. So I at least want you, like, at the end of 2024, like, you have the ability to have at least $5,000 saved. Does that sound like too much, or does that sound like, oh, I could probably do that?
That I can absolutely do that. I feel like that might be even too little, but like taking it small steps, baby steps. Yeah, I feel you.
$1,000. So all that is another $4,000 and $500. Like, I always tell people whenever I help people set their goals, as long as you save for the goal, the rest of the money is yours to do what you please with, right? So if you are like, all right, I'm gonna save $500 a month, as long as you save that, eat out as much as you want, take yourself shopping as much as you want, but that at minimum needs to be saved. Now, I usually don't talk about this in the spending audit, but I do want to know, do you have like money saved for retirement? Like, how is that looking for you?
I have $1,000 saved, period.
Girl, what I've been telling y'all to open Roth IRAs for, like, what you been doing?
I get overwhelmed. Like, even with the dashboard, I have it. I opened it. It was a lot. I said, all right.
Yeah. See, and that's why I always tell, like, reach out because I'm like legit here to help you. But at minimum, you need to have a Roth IRA because if you plan to retire in 30 years, like 35 years, like at 62, 63, like, we need a good amount of money saved because Social Security is not ain't about to cover all the things we need. So, all right, here's my plan. Roth IRA needs to be open. Today is Monday, by Friday. Right, we're gonna make it simple. Vanguard Roth IRA. That's it. I already made a reel. All you got to do is follow the steps to open it. And then I want you saving. Since you have $1,000 saved, I would do $300 still to continue to save, and then $200 to a Roth IRA every single month. So that's $500 still total that you're doing every single month, and still $1,000 for you to do whatever you want with.
Okay.
I think that's good. Usually I'm a little bit more like, no, save $1,200. You only have $300. But I know that doesn't work for everyone, and we gotta kind of like start off slow. But I don't think like this is like an unsavable situation, right? Like, to even reach out to say you want to even see where your money is going, it's huge. Some people don't want to do that. And then to come back and say, like, listen, bitch, you told me about myself and I saved $1,000, so you ain't got shit to say to me, means you actually want to do it. But I want, like, especially for Black women and like a lot of us who we never grew up understanding finances or it being taught to us. Like, I learned a lot of this shit in the past 5 years. Like, I don't know, people thought I was no, I learned a lot of this in the past 5 years. So if I have the ability to do it, I always feel like if I can teach you and everyone else how to do it, you can absolutely do it because you got the money.
Right. Okay, just living life too much.
A little bit too much, but even if you scale back for like a year or two, and not scale back completely to like stop living your life, but just scale back enough to say, all right, I know I have something for retirement, and I know if anything happens and I gotta go, I at least have, first month, last month, and security to be able to put down on an apartment, because that alone is huge. But I will say it's not easy, right? When I hit my first $1,000 saved, I automatically spent it.
Mm.
And that was because I never knew what it felt like to have $1,000 saved.
Right.
So what does it feel like to have $1,000 saved?
It feels I try not to even look. Like I said, I don't even like log into the accounts because I don't want to see it because I'll be like, oh, I have $1,000.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's a mindset thing. It's not like I said, it's not easy. I used to spend it, and people are like, "Oh, I spent it. I feel whatever." I'm like, don't beat yourself up about it because it's when you've never had that money saved, or you've never seen someone have that amount of money saved, and you around people who spend money, you're gonna want to spend money as well. So I usually don't tell people like in real life, like I'm saving for this or that. Like I keep that to myself because sometimes you can be the person where you always helping people out.
Yeah.
I don't want that to be you, right? Because then it gets to the point where you can't even, then you like, damn, I need some help and I gotta have my own back right now. So I want you to just be able to like, I really want $5,000 by the end of the year. And now I really want at least $2,000 for the 2024 Roth IRA. Like I am almost sure that you can do that easily.
Yeah, me too.
I just need you to do it first. When you get paid, save the money first, invest the money first. And I literally think you'll be good. Like, I really don't have too many complaints outside of there needs to be a feature to turn that negative shit off.
Yeah, I think it's called Cover Draft. So I'm gonna look at it and mess with the app and try to turn that off.
I think because again, it's not for like necessities. I think it's good to turn it off to say, all right, this is how much money I have, and like that's it.
Right.
Now, like that's what Ally, right?
Yeah.
Like, cool Ally, great feature for some people who like necessities, but baby Brie just eating it away, so we don't want
Yes.
her. And do
I'll
you
be like, all right, I have $80 left when I really got $280 because of that.
exactly. So in your mind, you're already like, nah, I actually got more, and they don't charge you for it, so it's like, okay, it's not like as bad as I thought, but I don't have any complaints. Like I know that you can do better, and you've shown already in a little bit of time that you could do better. So I can only imagine what it'll be like when you do those things first, right? When you save first, when you invest first, and then still live your life so you don't feel like you're missing out on anything. Because like sometimes we really honestly just kind of have to have our own backs when it comes to our money and just making sure that like you're set. Like I'm telling you, people don't have sisters fucking telling them, yo, $200 and you good, right? Like my sister was like, you don't have to pay anything. And there are people who out here who don't have that opportunity. So I don't want you to like squander it away just thinking like, oh, I know I have something to fall back on, but like leave with like grace when it's time. For me personally, when I left my sister's house, I gave her $1,000 like, thank you for just allowing me to like live here. She didn't want to take it, but I was like, bitch, if you don't take this fucking money, thank you for allowing me to live here, right? Like it's my token of appreciation. So I think you got this, girl. How are you feeling though? Like from
I
first
feel good.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel, especially from the first audit, I was like, all right, I pulled out my numbers and I was like, all right, I could make this make sense. Yeah.
What made you do it? Because people don't be wonder, like, what made you actually say, oh, she doing this shit? Let me actually put my information in.
Because I'm tired of always my credit card's maxed out.
Yeah.
At the end of the month or end of the week, whatever, I'm negative this. So I'm like, I need help. I need somebody to help me with this. And you are perfect.
I'm so proud of you though. I'm like to have $1,000. I'm telling you, it's not easy, but that's really your mind telling you, like, all right, she said $5 ain't enough. I know $5 ain't enough. And $1,000 is good because this wasn't a long period of time to have done that. So I want to say, like, I'm really proud of you for just coming up here and really taking the information and utilizing it. Like that's not easy. And I feel like sometimes as women, we also just don't like to ask for help because we feel like we got this. I'm like, no, girl, I'm here to help you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you.